Anybody out there? Just a bunch of lurkers. It's Daisy's enjoying herself today, huh? A lot of new places, hon. You're seeing a lot of new places today. You good girl. Daisy's seeing a lot of new places. About 2 miles south of St. Helen on one of these unmaintained roads the state has. I'm not really sure what road this is. I think this is old 76, but I'm not sure. You know, I should be coming up close to it. Man, it's beautiful back here. There's just literally thousands of miles of roads of these. Yeah, this is West Branch Road, so this is old 76. So I should be able to make a left and then right up here make a right and go into St. Helen. Beautiful day. It was cloudy and cool today. Ended up getting nice. I'll tell you, old Daisy, she likes going to different places. I let her out about 5 times. She'll want to get out, smell new stuff. Even if it's on like the same road, it's weird. It's a gorgeous day out, man. You know, as you come up to Ogama County, or out of Ogama County, we have a lot of low land, you know, it's firs, pines, evergreens, and it's nice and everything. But when you get up and you head into, as you start to get higher elevation, or Roscommon, head up north towards Gaylord, you get a lot more hardwoods, and it's just such a more attractive woods. You know, you got a full canopy on top, you got oak, hickory, maple. It just looks so much nicer, and that's how it is around here. See, these are a lot of hardwoods right here. It's just when you get so many of those evergreens and stuff, and those firs, they're just not that pretty of a tree, and you know, they're like a Christmas tree. So at the top, there's just a lot of open skylight. It's not the same. But you can see here a lot of hardwoods. I'm heading west now. It's just so much more attractive as a woods. It's the same thing heading to Traverse City as you head west. See, look at all these hardwoods along the road. It's the same way as you head west. You got a lot of sand as you cut across from Grayling to Traverse City. It's just all those crap looking trees. But here it's just loaded with them. Daisy went swimming today. I wasn't going to do this. I went out to photograph some clouds actually, and then I just kept on driving. Daisy's taking a rest. See, now this will turn around to the left, and then it'll make a sharp right, and I'll be heading towards St. Helen. I don't know. I'll have to check out that Grayling River pollution. You know, I haven't read any articles about it. I'm driving my van. I think I'm going to go up through St. Helen. See, now right here is where you make the turn up here. I don't know why I'm going into St. Helen. Other than this new pizza place, there's really not much in St. Helen. Everything goes out of business there pretty much. Hey Ron, here's Dazer. She's scouting it out. Yeah, she's trying to get a look. See, now it turns into sand. I might catch a train. I don't know if they're working today or not. I'd like to catch a train going from St. Helen up to Roscommon, because there's an area where I can drive alongside it. And I just haven't had the right time. It's about train time right now on a normal day, but you never know. I'll check out that Grayling River pollution. Yeah, this dog is in the hoods of Detroit all the time, outdoors everywhere. She's been everywhere. Dog she'll sit out on the porch for 10 hours straight just looking at stuff. For crackheads, I'd probably be over at your house. It's a good girl, huh? Hey Joseph, what happened? Sorry for any technical difficulties you may be having. Yeah, old Daisy. Loves the fresh air. Yeah, this pizza place is good. I've eaten so many of them. I don't feel like one today. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, these restaurants are packed. That place sucks. No, I'm in St. Helen, Michigan. Kind of looks like it, though. That's a really nice grocery store there, though, I'll tell you that. They got a lot of good stuff in there. Louis Fresh Market, or Fruit Market, or whatever they call it. This is this Charlton Heston School. It's like a privately funded school. Really do a good job. Hope I can catch a train up here. I'm sure this thing is buffering, which is why I can't see anybody on here. Yeah, thanks, Diane. Just screwing around here. This Power Sports is a big business, though, believe it or not. That's probably their #1 business. I bet this No Limits Pizza's pissed this new place came in there. That's a new sandwich place open. They're closed. I do interviews all the time. I just uploaded a bunch of them last week. Let's see if, yep, pizza place, see? A lot of people there. It's good. They're open till 9. I guarantee you they're pissing a lot of people off. See, now if you take this way up here, I'm a little bit hungry. See, you know, I'll get a shot of the train tracks up here. Wish I'd get one. Lake St. Helen over there. That's Cedar Creek. Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah, it's nice up through here. I'm coming up from the south, from St. Helen, and coming up from the south up to Roscommon. Wish I'd catch a train. They'd be riding along right next door to me if they were going north. Not a lot up here. Roscommon and St. Helen are more vacation destinations than West Branch. Oh, no kidding, huh? Heavy rainstorm. Yeah, it barely sprinkled a little bit this morning. Yeah, they were off on Detroit's forecast. I looked at it like earlier in the week, and it looked like it was going to be good all through the weekend. Yeah, it's the same old Lake States Railroad, you know. Kind of a junky railroad, all old equipment. They're always breaking down. It's nothing for them to break down and go up to a house in West Branch and ask to borrow a crescent wrench. I'm not kidding you. I would like to get a ride on it, though, I'll tell you that. I mean, They ran an old steam engine through here about 6-7 years ago, and I took that trip. But I'd like to be able to see out the front, take a freight train trip, go from West Branch up to Grayling. I think it'd be cool. A lot of water. Hard to believe why rail didn't take off more and stay in this country. And there's a million people who'd like to get on a train in Detroit and get off in St. Helen for a weekend. Oh, no kidding, huh? Old Ireland, that's where my ancestors are from. Ireland and Scotland. You know, I'm not really sure, to be honest. It was so many generations ago, I don't know. You'd think I'd know that, but I don't. My dad's family was shaky. I never did meet his parents. It's always kind of a weird story. My mother's dad, he lived to like 100, but he never talked about his parents either. They were from Connecticut. It's really kind of a weird family. No wonder I turned out so strange. We need a good Mexican restaurant to come into town. They have a couple decent ones in Gaylord, but they're turning out to be rip-offs. Here's Bambi Lake. There's a speed trap up here when you're coming into town. All these towns and counties have them. This one's in front of a county building. They sit there and with their lights off, sitting parallel with the road. You never know with the cop, and I think it drops down to like 30. They pick them off all day long. Old Daisy's tuckered out. You really think that's her on Google Earth for sure? Is that true? I mean, for sure it's her. Yeah, Osabo, that's a beautiful river. I go up to Grayling and get a, there's a good rib place there. Hey, can you put a link to that, Philip? I'm gonna put a link to that on her video. I'd like to check that out. Good night, Rosie. Hey, Catherine. How you doing? She did. This is an old Google image. It's crazy. It's midnight there, isn't it? Okay, yeah, you're probably right then. I wonder how old that image is. You can't copy and paste a link? You know, I was going to do that today when I read you mentioned that earlier, but I didn't want to put Google Earth on my phone. I thought I'd wait, get home and check on my desktop. Now see, reduce speed ahead. I'll tell you who reduce your speed ahead is this sheriff that sits up here. He'll bring you down to 0. See right here, Roscommon village limit. So it's 45 and then it drops down. Right up here on the left. Nope, not there. A lot of these up north towns are half dead. Half deads and newlyweds. That's what they say about Mackinac Island. It's a cute little town here. See if they got any new restaurants. They had this Hank's up here, but I don't think that's that good. Oh, that's cool. Nothing. There's a couple places over there. Fifth Street wine. Places don't last long here. Subway, that sucks. Here's this Sabo Baking Company. Never been in there. Here's Hank's up here, sucks. Yeah, this place isn't that great, I don't think. It's amazing some of these restaurants that get these. Look at this place, it's packed. I think their food sucks. They claim they're like the greatest place for perch. Shit, I'd rather eat at Arthur Treacher's or one of those outfits. Captain D's in Georgia. You go in there, you have to wait to get a seat. This blows my mind. Makes me think I ought to open a restaurant. You know, with this new pizza idea, I am thinking about opening a restaurant, to tell you the truth. I'm not thrilled to get in the restaurant business, but I would if you could make a ton of money and then sell it. Taco stand, yeah, no, you're right about that, man. I agree. This pizza thing's just as good as that. That taco stand's good. I'd love to know like their recipes for that stuff. Yeah, you're right, man. That's a really good one. Wiener Schnitzel? Yeah, I don't like that. You couldn't pay me to eat a piece of Wiener Schnitzel. Sucks. Yeah, see, there's no new restaurants up here. Now I'm heading south. I've been in this place before. It sucks. Lake Street Grill and Pizzeria. Now, Roscommon's a county that they're smart. They don't deal with millages. They build in a workable budget in your tax rate. That's why everything's nice here. It's because if you're going to live here, you got to pay to fund it. Where I live, it's millages. You get a bunch of retirees without kids in the school system. They vote everything down. Hey, how you doing, Deborah? Hey, Dazer. Hi, hon. I think Daisy's hungry. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Appreciate it. I'm going to be getting some more, I think, this week. I don't know what day yet. I would have went down there today, but I knew the traffic was going to be horrid. Oh, was there one time? Yeah, I've been there before. Yep. Past your old place? Here's Daisy, went swimming today. Then I'm going to catch some traffic going south. Yeah, I like just traveling around. I've been like this my whole life. Wanderlust. It's fun. I wish YouTube would have come out sooner. Shit, I bet if YouTube came out sooner, I bet I'd have 75,000 videos. I bet I'd have 1,000 videos of flying airplanes, another 500 of skydiving, all sorts of cool shit. I miss out on a lot of good videotaping. There should be a lot of southbound traffic. We'll find out. Yeah, that'd be cool, Debbie. Get out there, check things out. It's fun just checking, see how people live, you know. Oh, you're welcome. No skill to it, I'll admit that. Nice day today, really nice. There's a place called Shakers. I haven't eaten there in a long time. Houghton Lake. I thought I'd try truck driving, but you know, I don't like the idea of driving that much and not being able to stop by the places and check them out. It's not that great when you go between place to place on an expressway. Yeah, he's a guy in Detroit, a black guy that does videos. I've emailed back and forth with him a few times. Seems like a good guy. Oh, he's a real estate guy? Okay. See, look at all the woods we have up here. Yep, Daisy went swimming, about 4 different walks. She's tuckered out. Oh, okay. Seems like a nice guy. He's real diplomatic. I saw him like catching some dumpers one time. Yes, you will. No kidding, huh? That's Google Maps. And what do you type in there? Ford Street in Campbell. He's another guy that does videos in Detroit. Yeah, no, I think it'd be nice if there was more access for people that are wheelchair bound to. I have to check that out. Is it like clearly Townsburg? Hey, I'll tell you another thing. If you were paying attention to Monica's videos, there was a lady that I thought was wondered, and she would leave comments similar to what you would expect a mother to leave. Oh, okay. clouds have been killer lately. See, some of the trees are starting to turn a little bit. Oh, okay. Daisy's not taking a good advantage of today. She's sleeping. Yeah, I should be. You never know. That's probably a little early. How's that hurricane doing? I lived in Florida through a couple of those hurricanes. Hey, Jacob. Yeah, I'm just between Roscommon and Houghton Lake. I'm gonna get off at Houghton Lake and get something to eat. Florida. Yeah, I was looking, there's a lot of good live beach cams. If you type in Florida live beach cam, there'll be about 50 of them pop up right away. And I was checking that storm all the way up from like Fort Lauderdale up to Cocoa Beach. Man, people are having a hell of a time. Beautiful. This is Michigan. I think that hurricane's already dying out. I don't think it's gonna do shit. It's a pain in, you think it'd be fun riding it out in a hurricane. Where I lived, I was near the water. It's a pain in the ass. Can't get gas, everywhere's closed, traffic's crazy. Yeah, I know Jonathan Palmerville. I get by Grayfield every time I'm in Detroit. I was on his radio show a couple years ago. Good guy. His wife's name's Lisa. He's big on those dumpers. I don't blame him. Yeah, he's a good guy. He lives in Brightmoor there. Brightmoor is an interesting place. I mean, if you're going to move to Detroit and try and make a go of it, I would suggest Brightmoor. Super cheap. They have the old mature trees growing. Giant yard. That's what I would do. Last time I was in this damn Shakers, I'm too lazy to boil eggs and make hard-boiled egg sandwiches, or egg salad sandwiches. You could get them here, but last time I was in there, they quit making them. Bunch of bullshit. I'm gonna be going right into the sun. That's how I felt about Florida. It sucks. Daisy's dander gets on the windshield. Hey, how you doing? I'm putting the phone sideways because the sun's so bright. Yeah, send that to me, will you? This Houghton Lake, they used to be a real happening place back in the day. A lot of families vacationed here. I should have come down 18 the whole way instead of getting on the expressway. Stupid, forgot about that. God damn it. That cost me about 10 miles. Surprised that fruit market wasn't open today, Labor Day, big deal. I think it'd be a big day, time for them. See, this is Prudenville. It's a little town right next door to Houghton Lake. But back in the like 50s, 60s, actually in the 30s even, they were just this was a place to vacation up here. But you know, other things, you know, other factors. It's not as popular as it used to be. The real nice houses are on the other side of the lake. Yeah, not too many people come here anymore, I'll tell you that. Their best days are behind them. You know, there's so many other things to do now. Hope I didn't pass this place. I didn't see it. Well, it sure seems like I did. I would have seen it by now. Ah, here it is right here. Open 6 to 8. Oh, good, I got time. Yeah, Tom Reed. Yeah, send it to my email. Email TOMREED 1956 at gmail.com. I'll leave this on so you guys can chat. Be back in a few minutes. If the phone falls down, it's because Daisy, I'll leave it here actually. Daisy runs into it. Stay there, hon. I'll be right back. There's my girl. Oh yeah, there's my Dazer. Oh yeah, Dad got you something. Uh-huh. Yeah, Dad got you something, honey. Wow. Ho 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 ho. Wow. Yeah, I don't think things are looking too good for Maddie. Just you look at her appearance, and I mean, I know she talks about getting out of there. I've just, interviewed enough of these women and have watched the progression of a few of them, and she's fitting a profile. I mean, there's not a better indicator out there than your health, and for her age, she should be at the top of her game as far as appearance. And that's, it's a lot of things. It's the drugs, it's the environment, it's not getting proper nutrition. I ordered a couple books, but I know alcoholism, your body will not absorb nutrients and minerals like it would if you weren't a heavy drinker. And I'm assuming that maybe there may be another correlation to drug use. I mean, face it, she just doesn't look good. I mean, and it's not like it's just a bad day. I'm telling you, man, that heroin, it's a scourge of mankind. I mean, your whole life is controlled by that drug. It turns them into a different personality. Lie, steal. I mean, I'm not knocking her, or any of the women down there, but I mean, it doesn't get much lower than selling yourself to strangers for chump change. I mean, you can kind of understand the logic between escorts. They're still pretty conscious about their health, and they're, charging $300, and they're keeping it a secret, and they're wearing protection. But I'll tell you, man, when you get to the point where your clientele is people driving up and down Ford Street, it speaks volumes. So I just think any way you cut it, it doesn't look good. It's such a monumental jump between being a heroin addict and leading a normal life. And honestly, a big percentage of the women that I know that have got out of it, it's because men fell in love with them. Despite their issues, they saw something in them they found attractive, and it worked out great. They live good lives now. But you got to get someone that's willing to foot the tab, forget the past, and move forward. And there aren't a whole hell of a lot of those people around. This goddamn charging thing keeps coming on. I can't see the screen. So I hope I'm wrong. I mean, as people have mentioned before, I mean, you find a very strong bond between women and their children. And when you get a woman, and I'm going to use the example of Born in This Country, that is willing to leave their kids for a substance abuse addiction, that's like, next level stuff. That's why I think a lot of them have just consented to a slow death. They know that there's a good chance of, hey Michael, they know there's a good chance of dying, and I think that, it's one thing to hold a gun to your head or stand out in front of a train. It's another thing to just keep doing heroin when you've already had plenty of people in that area die from fentanyl, and they keep on doing it. Like, if I live, that's okay. If I die, that's okay too. I mean, there's all sorts of examples. I mean, there comes a point where you're gonna make a decision that I'm gonna not go back to my kids because of this. It's not really a decision, it's addiction. It just creeps up on you. It's not like you sit down and spin a top. You try it, you get hooked, you're fucked. And I'm sure it probably takes a long time before a heroin can admit to themselves they're not going anywhere. No, I didn't. I'm gonna wait till I get home. Hey James, how you doing? So that's why in good conscience, I mean, people are always saying, what I've done, and I'm bringing that. I don't think I'm bringing anything to light. And I don't think that I'm doing anything that anybody else hasn't done. I mean, they're there, I interview them, I find it interesting, and that's it. But as far as me being in the equation of health, I think that's a stretch. I wondered where these cops were when I got off here. They set up a speed trap here a lot too. That car was here when I went by. I never really went to, people ask me like, what's my motive? Why do I do this? I never really had one. I mean, if there were guys down there carving giant statues out of dead trees, I'd interview them too. It wasn't like a specific mantra or goal in mind. I mean, if there's something I thought would help them, I would do it. I'm going to pin them down a little better next time I do the interviews. Next time I go down there, I'm just going to interview people. I am going to go up, spend about an hour on top of the old community hospital. I can't believe that's accessible anymore. I want to take full advantage of it. I want to make sure it's nighttime. And then concentrate on interviewing these people. So if anybody's got any questions in mind, write them down. I print them out and I'll ask them. But this next trip, I want to kind of document more in detail the day in the life of a heroin addict. From beginning till end. Yeah, $300 a pop. Oh, I believe it. It's gone up. Yeah, shit, yeah, man. It's nothing for them to be up 2 or 3 days on crack. Now I know what meth, and I'm sure there's a similar chemical reaction to crack. But once your enamel's worn off your teeth, all bets are off. It's downhill big time. See that raven sitting on the side of the road? I'm going to do more detailed interviews next time. Yeah, Daisy fits on perfect. She's been like that since a puppy. Even as a little puppy, she likes looking around. She'll sit on the porch for hours, just look around. She likes watching things. She likes to sit up on high-end chairs so she can look out the window. She wants to be where the action is. Yeah, she is mellow, yep. I'm gonna like chronicle a day in the life, like when they get up, when they go to bed, hang out with them a little bit, that kind of thing. Main reasons really is going down so soon is I want to get up on top of that hospital again, man. That is absolutely fantastic. Shocked that it's accessible again. So I want to take advantage of it. Yeah, I want to try that too. I want to do something like that too. There's a couple of the women have social workers over on a place on Outer Drive in Lincoln Park. I thought about going over there. That kind of thing. Following up on, what kind of resources are around. Why I drive that far? You mean meaning to Detroit? I don't care. I mean, I'm from down around that area. Nothing's like Detroit as far as video and photography. It's a paradise. And for the stuff I do, it's slowly going away. I mean, you look at Campbell and Fort, for example, there's hardly anything left. You got a couple of old regulars. It's about dead there for my interest. Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, I still like going through Delray. I mean, I've done it a million times. And I'll go through a million more. But it's a shell of itself. I mean, arguably, it's better. See if I can. I'm going to see if I can. I would have thought there would have been more traffic. Yeah, I know it's later now, but this is like the... I don't know if they'll be willing to talk to me like in a formal setting. There's also excuse me, a guy that goes around down there in a needle exchange program, and I've come close to talking to them a couple of times, but I've always gotten there early or gotten there late or something like that. I'd like to talk to whoever does that. Oh, okay. Yeah, East Jefferson. They're finally starting to work on that a lot harder between downtown and Detroit. I think what they're worried about is downtown and Belle Isle. They don't want people visiting Belle Isle when they're in on a business trip. So that whole East Jefferson corridor they're really working on, particularly just on the other side of Grosse Pointe. They've taken a lot of those old buildings and refurbished them and put new streets and lights and that kind of thing. Oh, thank you, Brazil. All right, mixed martial arts. Yeah, thanks, James. Everything's fine with Daisy. It's laying low. Well, there have just been spectacular cloud formations lately. This phone generally makes things look better, but not with clouds. Like those clouds directly in front of me are really cool looking. I'm heading home. I went and got something to eat a couple towns over. I'll be getting off at 2:15. I probably drove 50 miles today on those off-season roads. Kind of following the expressway about 5 miles south, east to west. Now, I lived on the west side. When I lived on the west side, that was back in the 80s. And that's when Herman Gardens was full tilt. I used to go over there and play basketball till like 3, 4 in the morning. I mean, these guys, there was a lot of good players there too. I was the only white guy the whole time I was down there. But there was a lot of excellent basketball players. It was a good time, to tell you the truth. About 342,000. You know, I know it looks like shit, but believe it or not, I maintain it. Those lights on the dash, it's a sending unit, doesn't mean shit. But I change the oil every 3,000 miles. I just change the radiator fluid, brake fluid, put a new water pump in it. I'm on my second fuel pump, original radiator, change the belts, change the hoses, you know, brakes a few times, tie rods a few times. I should be good till 400,000, no problem. I mean, before I have to do anything else. I mean, this van's a tank. Yeah, I used to take an airplane and load it up with people and fly over Detroit during Devil's Night. It was fun as hell. Just slow up, put the flaps down, just fly over east to west, north to south. It was so damn fun. But that's really died out. Yeah, it's true, James. Yeah, you're right. It's just crazy that it's the original pistons, crankshaft and stuff's been turning all those miles. I mean, it's nuts. Last year I didn't put on my snow tires. I'm gonna this year though. I hate getting rid of the thing, man. I tell you the truth, I don't even like any of the new vehicles. Even all the new vans are bullshit. I mean, the good news is there's more all-wheel drive things now. But you know, I'm not into antiques anymore, and I'm not probably going to be pulling any more trailers, which was a big part of having this. I don't really, I mean, I do take care of it, but I don't give a shit about it. I mean, door dings, daisy throws to like, if I had a decent vehicle, I'd be like pissed off all the time driving in Detroit. You wouldn't want to do it. But with this, I mean, I just, you know, drove all over these off-road trails today, and I'll be down Detroit this week, cruising through the hood. Yeah, we could do that sometime. Sure, it'd be great. And also, I've got that AAA enhanced towing. It's good for 200-mile tow. And, you know, 99% of the time, I'm within 200 miles of Detroit. In other words, if something happened in my van in Detroit, I would get a ride and my van towed all the way back to where I live. So that's a big advantage. Cost me $100 a year. It's worth every dime. I may be a little more concerned if it wasn't for that. But if you think of all the oil changes I've done, every 3,000, and I've got 340,000 miles, I mean, that's a lot of money spent on oil changes. No wonder it's still running good. I got lucky on the water pump. I kept wondering when that was going to go, and sure enough, that weep hole, when I had the radiator flushed, had water in it, so I changed it. But it's all-wheel drive, man. It's a tank in the wintertime, especially with winter tires on it. It never even gets close to getting stuck. I mean, I know I could, but I'd have to work at it. Yeah, it's worth it, man. It really is. Hey, Tony, how you doing? That car is going to get pulled over, I bet. That guy's hauling ass. Hey, how you doing, JDM? Maybe he's not. I would have turned on his beanies by now. Oh, I think he's getting off. Here, this cop flies by me. For what? I'm going to try and get down to Detroit this week. I tell you, those are the crappiest looking state police cars in any state I've ever been in. That stupid old gumball machine on the top. Those cop cars look like something from 1960. Tell you, he's got cool looking state cop cars, Ohio. They have the good rims on them and everything. Yeah, I run into these guys all the time. I'm sure they'd get even with me. They'll always say they're going on some call. Yeah, silver Charger, that's it. A lot of these cop cars now, they're all-wheel drive now, not like when they first came out. So here's a nice cool line of clouds. Got a little reflection of the sun off the top still. What's that, Tony? Oh, that's good, James. Tell her thanks for watching. That's a good way of putting it. I need space, you're not kidding. They'll be out here. They get the handheld radar gun. They stick out to the side of the window. Hey, Angie. How you doing? This Dairy Queen here does a killing. You know, I like it getting dark early. It sounds crazy, but I do. I'm really looking forward. I'm looking forward to fall for sure. Winter, and I hope it wasn't like the winter we had last year. God damn it. Look at that dumbass carrying his kid on his shoulders. You know, nobody plans on falling. Walking down a concrete sidewalk with his kid on his shoulders. I predict you'll see a city cop. They sit on the side here a lot. Daisy's keeping a lookout. Oh, congratulations. 26 years. Wow. It's a long time. All right, you guys, I'm going to sign off this one. I'll be on the other later. Appreciate you riding along with me. I love living in a condo. This is the second time I lived in a condo in downtown Chicago. For me, it's the way to go. Don't need to worry about snow or cutting grass. Yeah, if you're not a guy that's working on in your garage out near a campfire, it's the way to go, man. I highly recommend it. I hope I never own another regular house again. I love condo living. Plus, like with me, I've got neighbors on each side. The walls are all super insulated. Basically they pay half my heat. I'm insulated on both sides. Just economically, they're a really good deal. Yeah, really good deal. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Take care, Angie. I'll talk to you later, Zach. I'll be on the other one, though, the other chat. I'm going to look at that Google thing, too. Thank you.